Good morning, children. Welcome back to the second part of the chapter 10 Rocks and Mineral. As in the previous session, you have learned about what, children? Yes, rocks. And in this session, you are going to study about the minerals. But before starting this session, let's recall what we have learned in the previous session. So, what we have learned, children? Yes, we have learned that rocks are found everywhere. They may be big or small. They forms the majority of the earth crust. So children, what are the rocks? Yes, rocks are the solid part of the outermost layer of the earth crust. We have also learnt about the different types of rocks. So children, what are the different types of rocks? Yes, they are igneous rock, sedimentary rock, and the metamorphic rocks. Not only this, children, we have learned their formation and also the uses of the different types of rocks. So, children, now can you tell me some uses of the rocks? Rocks are used for constructing the buildings, statues, monuments, as well as some rocks are used as a ornamental purpose. Now let's discuss the questions which I have asked you in the previous session during the explanation. So what was the first question? Yes. What is the study of earth and rocks called? So answer is geology. Second question was, what is a scientist called who studies about the rocks? And answer is geologist. That means the person who studies about the rocks are called the geologist. And the next question which I have asked you was that you have to name some historical buildings which are made up of the red sandstones. So what are that historical buildings? Yes, Qutub Minar, Humayun Tomb and Hawa Mahal in Jaipur are the names of the some of the historical buildings which are made up of the red sandstone. Now let's move to a second part of the chapter, minerals. As children, you know that the majority of the earth crust is formed of the rocks. Or we can say that minerals are the building blocks of rocks. That means the rocks are made up of the minerals. As you have studied in the previous class that the matter of the earth is made up of the elements. Few of these elements are found in the pure form and most other are found in the form of the compounds. So, any natural elements or compound in the earth crust is called a mineral. As you can see in the picture, children, they occur naturally on the earth or deep inside it. The word minerals are derived from the word mine. That means minerals are generally obtained from the mines. Now see this picture, children. What you can see? Yes, some persons are digging the mine to extract the minerals. That means, children, big holes are dug out in the earth to obtain the minerals. And for this, children, many tests and surveys are carried out to determine the exact location of the mineral deposits. So here, children, we have learned two new words, that is extract and the mine. So what do you understand by this? Yes. So first is extract, which means to get a substance by using industrial or chemical processes. Mines, the place where a mineral is taken out. Not only from the mines, children, these minerals are also extracted from the sea salt present in the sea water and even the ocean bed is also a treasure of the minerals. These minerals are solid, children. They are not the part of animal or a plant origin. Minerals and the rocks are the oldest resources on the earth, so we depend on them because they provide everything we use in our daily life, which are formed from the raw material obtained from the nature. These raw materials are actually a minerals only. So children, they are very important raw material for constructing and the manufacturing the industries. They play a very important role in our day-to-day life, right from the buildings in which we live to the computer, mobiles we use. And children, we can identify these minerals carefully by observing their physical properties like luster, which means shining, its hardness or color. So on the basis of the physical properties, there are two types of the minerals: metallic minerals and non-metallic minerals. These both metallic and non-metallic minerals are found near the surface of the earth or in the interior of the earth. Now children, let's discuss these both types of minerals one by one. So first is metallic minerals. Now what are metallic minerals, children? Yes, the minerals that contain metals are called the metallic minerals. Examples of these minerals are silver, nickel, aluminium, gold, iron, copper, zinc and the manganese. Now, children, some metals can be extracted conveniently and profitably from the metallic minerals. As these metals which are extracted from the metallic minerals are called the ores. Now, you might be thinking, children, what are ores? Yes, a natural occurring solid material from which a metal or valuable mineral can be extracted profitably is called ores. That means, children, as you can see in this picture, these are the ores. These are the ores. From these ores, the metals are extracted. And the various types of the ores are hematite, pyrite, galena, bauxite, calamine and the rock salt. Now children, let's discuss some of these ores and see that which metal is extracted from these ores. So first is hematite, and the metal which is extracted from this hematite is iron. It is the fourth abundant element in the earth crust and it is very hard and durable. It is used for the manufacturing of machineries, tools, medical implements, vehicles, household articles. And not only this, children, it is extensively used in railways, buildings and the bridges. Now the second type of the ore is bauxite, and the metal which is extracted from the bauxite is the aluminium. It is light, flexible and rust-proof material. It is a cheaper substitute for the wood in furniture making. That means, children, furniture made up of aluminium is cheaper than the furniture made from the wood. And its uses are, it is used as aluminium utensils. It is also used in airplanes, ships, automobile bodies and as electric wires. Now let's move to another ore, that is cuprite, and the metal extracted is copper. It is also a very valuable metal and a good conductor of electricity. And when children, this copper is mixed with the another metal, that is zinc, is that forms the brass and the copper, and when the copper is mixed with the tin, it forms the bronze. And it is also used as a electric wire, electrical appliances, and as a household utensils. So children, these were the some of the ores from which these different types of metals are extracted. So let's revise once again all these ores. So first is bauxite, and the metal extracted is aluminium. Second is galena, and the metal extracted is lead. Cuprite, and metal extracted is copper, and the metal iron is extracted from the ore hematite. Now I hope children you have understood about some of these metals, their uses, and the ores from which they are extracted. Now children, another metallic mineral, that is gold. It is very precious and expensive metal and also in the high demand. So children, what it is used for? Yes, it is used for making the various types of jewelries. Now let's move to the second type of the mineral, that is non-metallic minerals. So children, what are non-metallic minerals? Yes, the minerals which do not contain metals are called non-metallic minerals. And these minerals do not have the metallic shine and they can break easily, as you can see in the picture. So let's see what are its examples. What are they? Yes, coal, gypsum, petroleum, limestone. Not only this, there are many more examples. What are they? They are quartz, sulfur, talc, mica, china clay, etc. So let's learn some of the uses of these non-metallic minerals. So first is gypsum, which is used for the manufacture of cement and fertilizers. Mica, which is used for electronic gadgets, drugs, paints, etc. Limestone, which is used in the construction work, in the production of cement, and also in the purification of the iron ore. Now, some more non-metallic minerals. Yes, diamond and graphite. And you know one thing children, that diamond is the hardest non-metallic mineral and very expensive too. And it is used to make the jewelries. Now the graphite. Graphite has low hardness and it can break easily. As it is, as you can see in this picture, what is this children? Pencil. And this pencil lead is made from the graphite only. Now children, some minerals are in the form of crystals. They are very hard. They can be cut and polished. So what do we call these types of minerals? Yes children? Yes. These minerals are called gemstones. As the various types of gemstones are ruby, sapphire, emerald, and garnet. All these are also used for making the jewelries. And children, they are very, very expensive. So I hope children, now you have understood the uses of the various types of metallic and non-metallic minerals. Now let's learn more about the non-metallic minerals like coal and petroleum, which are extracted and used as a fuel. Now these are also called the fossil fuel or underground resources. So children, What is fossil fuel? As you have already studied in the previous class, isn't it? Yes. So fossil fuels are the fuels which are formed from the decomposition of the dead plants and animals that buried in the earth. Now children, different types of the fossil fuels formed are depending on the combination of animal and plant waste, duration for which the material was buried, the conditions of the temperature and the pressure. And children, coal, oil and the natural gases and the natural gas are common fossil fuels. So let's see how these are formed. So first is coal. It is the important mineral and the source of energy. So children, how this coal is formed? Long ago the earth was covered with the swampy forest. So when the trees, ferns and other plants die and decay and become the silt, that means when the plants died, they got buried under the marshy regions and started to decay. Over the million of years, that means around about 300 to 400 million years ago, they were covered by the sediments like the layers of mud, sand and more layers of dead plant. Over the years after years, these dirts, rocks or the layers of these sediments created pressure and heat to form coal deep in the ground. That means due to the extensive heat and pressure, these matter got converted into the coal. So this way children, coal is from the remains of dead plants and animals and the other vegetations that lived million years ago. So now children, I hope you all have understood that how the coal is formed. Now let's see the children, its uses and its various types. So first is types of coal. Peat, lignite, bitumen and anthracites are the different types of coal. Now let's see the various uses of the coal. Now children, coal is used for the number of purposes. It is used in thermal power plant for generating electricity, as you can see in this picture, which is then further used to light homes, offices, schools, etc. It is also used as a fuel to run the steam engines for cooking food and heating homes. Not only this children, coal is also used in the manufacture of plastics, drugs and the cosmetics. So these were the some uses of the coal. The second underground resource or the fossil fuel is petroleum. Petroleum or crude oil. Not only the crude oil children, petroleum has several names like rock oil, fossil fuel, black gold and liquid sunlight. It is found in thick, dark form in the deep interior of the earth and under the seabed. Now let's see how it is formed. Millions of years ago, aquatic plants and animals died and got settled on the ocean floor. And then they are covered by the layers of sand, small and big stone or mud as a river sediments. Long after the great prehistoric seas and river vanished, the weight of the rock, heat, chemical conditions and bacteria acted together to compress and heat the material under the layer of the silt. As a result, thick oily liquid was formed, and this liquid is called the petroleum or crude oil. So this way children, petroleum is formed. So coal forms from the dead plant material whereas crude oil and gas form from the dead marine organisms. And this petroleum, children, is used as a transportation fuel, and the various byproducts of the petroleum are petroleum jelly, kerosene, diesel, and the cooking gas. And not only this, children, there are other various petroleum products like nail polish, shoe polish, plastic articles, fertilizers, medicines, paints, candles, and the lubricating oils. Now, I hope, children, you have understood how the coal and petroleums are formed and its various uses in our daily life. Therefore, it is said that our whole human race depend on these fossil fuels. That's because, children, fossil fuels are utilized in the 96% of our daily items that we use today. Also, the children, increase in the number of vehicles and the industries has increased the demand of the fossil fuel. But these fuels may last only for a limited time. So, children, it is very necessary to conserve these fuel. That means the conservation of the fossil fuels. We can do this by following some simple ways. And what are that ways? Yes, switch off the engines of the vehicles at the traffic light. Carpool is the good way to reduce the use of fossil fuel, and taking a way or a cycle for traveling the short distance. So these were some of the simple ways by which we can conserve the fossil fuels. So with this, children, I am concluding my session. Now, children, it is a question time. That means your homework. And what is your homework? Yes, you have to define some terms. What are they? They are extract, minerals, ores, silt, and the mines. So do the homework, read the chapter, learn the question answers, and exercise. Take care. Thank you.